We all know Apple for their incredible products. But today, we're going to look past all that shiny glass and aluminum to uncover one of the real secrets to their success. It's this invisible engine that powers one of the most valuable brands on the planet.
So when you think of Apple, what's the very first thing that pops into your head? Because the obvious answer is, well, they're only part of the story.
Is it their design? The groundbreaking, beautiful product design? I mean, of course, that's a huge part of it, but that's not the whole secret.
Okay, then what about their marketing genius? I mean, those campaigns literally created a global tribe of followers. We're getting warmer, for sure, but there's a deeper, more fundamental engine at work here.
The real secret weapon, the engine behind the engine, is something most of us never even think about. Their world-class marketing procurement department. Yeah, you heard that right. Procurement. And seriously, the way they do it is an absolute masterclass in strategy.
Okay, so let's really dive into this, because Apple has completely flipped the script on what procurement is. They've turned it from this simple cost-cutting department into a strategic machine that actively creates value.
And by looking at their approach, we can pull out 4 incredibly powerful lessons. It's like a playbook that any business, big or small, can learn from to build its own iconic brand.
So, lesson number 1. It's really foundational, and it all comes down to a pretty simple concept: relationships.
See, Apple doesn't just hire agencies for one-off projects. They build these deep, collaborative partnerships that last. It was exactly this kind of partnership that gave us the legendary Think Different campaign way back in 1997, a campaign that totally redefined the company's entire identity.
And if you want to know just how serious Apple is about this, get this. They don't just have a preferred agency, they have a bespoke one, TBWA/Media Arts Lab, that was created exclusively to work for them. That's not a vendor relationship, right? That is total deep integration. And having this deep partnership leads us directly to the second lesson. It's not just about who you work with, it's about what you empower them and your own teams to do. Apple's procurement team isn't just sitting around filling out purchase orders, they are actively tasked with sourcing innovation itself. And there is no better example of this than the absolutely brilliant Shot on iPhone campaign. And this is where you can really see that strategic shift in action. On the left, you've got your typical traditional ad campaign. On the right, you have a revolution. Procurement's job wasn't to go out and book a fancy photo shoot. It was to find and secure the rights to authentic, stunning content from millions of users all around the globe. They literally procured authenticity on a massive global scale. All right, on to lesson number 3. And this one shows how this whole strategic approach goes way beyond just marketing campaigns and actually shapes the core identity of the Apple brand.
For Apple, this is not just some talking point or a checkbox on an annual report. No way. It's totally embedded in their operations. Their procurement team is specifically tasked to source paper for their packaging that is either recycled or comes from sustainably managed forests. That reinforces the premium brand and really connects with what customers value.
And that brings us to our 4th and final lesson. And this is the one that really ties this entire strategy together.
At Apple, procurement is not stuck in a silo somewhere worrying about spreadsheets. Every single decision they make is designed to support the core strategy: innovation, quality, and a superior customer experience. They only pick partners who can meet their famously high standards and actually contribute to that vision.
So in practice, it's this really seamless flow. Marketing sets the vision, procurement goes out and finds the world-class partners and materials to make it a reality, and then design makes sure it all comes together perfectly. And the result? Well, it's that unified, premium experience we all instantly recognize as Apple.
Okay, so you might be thinking, that's great for Apple. They've got an insane budget. How can my business do this? Well, it's not about the scale, it's about the principles behind what they do.
So here's how we can translate Apple's massive strategy into principles for pretty much any business. Look, you may not build a whole bespoke agency, but you can forge one deep, trusting partnership. You might not source content from millions of people, but you can absolutely leverage powerful customer stories. It's all about applying the mindset, not just trying to copy the exact method.
So what's the one big idea you should take away from all this? If you just remember one thing, make it this next point.
The most crucial point is right here. It's a fundamental shift in mindset. It's about changing procurement from a department that just saves money into a strategic partner that actively builds your brand, sources innovation, and fuels your growth.
And that leaves us with a final question for you to really think about in your own organization. Is procurement seen as a gatekeeper, the department that always says no? Or is it empowered to be a facilitator, the team that helps bring your next great idea to life? Honestly, the answer to that question could change everything.